Okay, guys, so this is the second take from my Pimax Crystal Super overview. It's not a review because I don't have the headset with me and I didn't get to try it for hours on end, but it's a second take because the first one, I had a bunch of copyright music playing in the background. I thought only I could hear it on my headphones. No, it was on the video. So let's rock and roll, guys. Let's have some fun. This time there's no music. I like to jam out to music when I make these videos, but let's do it. Here we go. Pimax Crystal Super coming up. Okay, so that music that you hear now is not copyright. I'm not going to get a strike for that, so that's great. But guys, look, Pimax Crystal Super was at Sun and Fun. This is an air show here in Lakeland, Florida. It's kind of felt like a mini Flight Sim Expo. By the way, Flight Sim Association, they were also at the event. Flight Sim Association hosts Flight Sim Expo. It's going to be in Providence, Rhode Island, June 24 through 27. In fact, let me pull it up here for you guys. This is the air show I was at. This was Sun and Fun. It's in Lakeland. It's in the middle of Florida. It's by Orlando. Check it out next year. They have cool air show stuff. And obviously, you get to try cool hardware. My gosh, I almost hate this microphone from the companies. So Pimax Crystal Super was there. They had motion simulators, force feedback from Moza. MSI was dropping amazing laptops with 4090s, computers, screens. Very cool. Huge sponsorships out there at the event. So super cool to see MSI coming out. Flight Sim Expo, here are the dates, guys. June 27, 29, 2025, Providence, Rhode Island. Oh my gosh, Providence, Rhode Island. I'll be there. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys. And if you see me, walk up to me, you know my face. I don't know yours. So definitely say hello. All right, so Pimax Crystal Super. Did I get to try it? Yes. This is just a first impressions because it's not a review. First impressions, I was a little bit underwhelmed until hanging out with Calvin later on. I got to try a different program, and I think I was only underwhelmed because of the performance. And I say this because look, this headset is so dang crystal clear and such a high resolution at 50 ppd. We need the software to really match and work together. For example, I was jealous MRTV Sebastian. His reaction was wow, wow, wow in an F-16 in DCS. And my reaction was that same wow, only a little bit later when I got to try a different program under Steam VR, which ran amazing and it looked ridiculously good. So one of the things is I've been rocking the Pimax Crystal Lite for a while now, and it is so clear. So I have a 12900K RTX 4090, and
Now
the
you
Pimax Crystal
combine
Lite is
this
an
with the
amazingly
motion
clear
platform, the
headset,
VR,
right?
and it's
I'm not sure what
actually
the PPDs
crazy
are, but the Pimax
how
Crystal
good this
Super
is.
is pushing 50 PPDs.
Oh my word!
So some of the specs that they're advertising here, they're having proper stereo overlap. You're going to get the two controllers, 6 DOF in the sense of inside-out tracking. You do not need base stations. This is not a wireless headset. It does not need batteries. It does not need Wi-Fi. It is not standalone. You're plugged in DisplayPort 1.4A, I believe, although there are faster display ports. This is kind of industry standard at the time for VR. I'm sure eventually we'll move up. Another thing we get here with this, guys, is reduced size and weight. I don't know what the weight on it is. It felt pretty good. Eye tracking and 2 microphones, which is excellent because I'm not a fan of the Pimax Crystal Light microphone. Terrible. Pimax, not a fan of it. As a content creator, as someone who wants my voice to sound good, hopefully this sounds good to you guys. It just irks me that it's subpar.
You could feel
So
the dip.
they
You
do
could
have
feel
that
the
second
nosedive
microphone. The quality's great.
and
You
all
guys
that
remember
stuff.
the Reverb G2? I would make videos and it sounded like I
Oh,
had
absolutely.
an SMB mic just plugged in. It was
Do you
awesome.
want with it, Rick?
And I do miss a good mic quality. But QLED panels, 50 ppd is what I tried. 280 nits. We're going through the specs here, guys, kind of quick. Lightning round, 72 to 90 hertz. There's 100 hertz available in lab mode, so I guess development mode. And so look, they're saying massive FOV, a big sweet spot, which I think was true. I didn't see any ghosting. I didn't see any glare. They're using aspheric single glass lenses, meaning they're not rocking pancake. When you rock pancake, like Quest 3, you end up losing some light, and some of these other things become an issue, like ghosting and maybe a little bit more of the mirror. I'm not sure. Some of us are more sensitive than others to some of these effects, but pancake lenses does a lot of really cool things. Makes a compact profile setup, comes at a cost. Now, look, I will say this. The initial flight in Microsoft Flight Sim was crystal clear. It was in a helicopter. I was on FlyInside using DOF H6
Very
motion
similar.
rig. You're going to probably see some B-roll
If I
here.
would say
I do not
they're
have a lot of
similar in
B-roll of me
weight,
in it. I
the
should have done
headset
it.
weight is, you
But
know, it tends to look big
it
on the
was
face,
pretty
but
good. It
it
was
wears
clear. It
very
just,
comfortably.
the little bit of stutter
Very,
that I
very
had
comfortable to wear on the
because
strings.
of the fact that we didn't have the FFR. And again, I think I'm nitpicking it because
Yep.
nobody else that I saw
True.
complained about it.
Much better.
Um, I think I just went
Bro,
in
this is crazy.
expecting that bit of higher performance, but also I understood when I checked they were not running beta. What does that mean? Microsoft Beta currently has fixed foveated rendering. If you're curious, I have a video I made about it because Pimax has
No,
partnered with
when we did that
Microsoft.
Flight Sim Expo, that's
And
it.
again, I spoke about that. This is huge for us, right? Because Calvin, which I met there, and we got to talk about this, Calvin went to Seattle, showed Microsoft, and said, look, fixed foveated rendering in DCS increases the performance by this much for VR, and this is going to work for everyone. It's going to benefit all the VR headsets, VR users. So while 6-7 months ago I had said, hey, Pimax is partnering with Microsoft and they're going to be working together, and I did say on my initial video that we were going to get fixed foveated rendering, tongue twister, and somebody had said, hey, that's not true. I got it under good knowledge that what Jose said is not correct. It's made up. It wasn't made up. It's just we're a niche within a niche, guys. We're a small niche. We're not a priority all the time. So when I see a company like Pimax, Champion, or one of these other companies that are kind of like kicking butt and trying to help further our industry, I'm excited for that. So my experience initially, like I said, I was underwhelmed in Microsoft Flight Sim. When I did get to try the Kayak VR a while later, I was blown away. I'm like, okay, this is what I wanted to see. It was so clear. The mountains, the terrains, the texture, the water. It was the clearest headset I've seen. I mean, it was just so bright, so beautiful. I loved it. And that's what I was waiting for. Now, I suspect we will also have that when we get fixed foveated rendering, or in the sense quad view support. And I'm curious to see what Steve says. So I'm gonna literally leave Steve's video linked here because he's had the headset for a while, and I'm curious to see what he has to say. But I really want to know what a 4090, 5090 performance is, and then how it is with quad views and having fixed foveated rendering in Microsoft Flight Sim. Again, I'm a big Microsoft Flight Sim simmer. DCS is number 2, which I'm gonna have. Actually, I was gonna record an Apache video until I had to re-record this one. So Apache video coming on Saturday, not tonight. I'm not going to do both. But I want to see that performance, the same amazing performance I get in DCS, the same that I'm getting in Microsoft Flight Sim. I think it's gonna be really cool. So first impressions, I'm super excited. I thought the brightness was there, the clarity was there. I do think that Pimax should. And again, I don't know how this works, but the fact that this headset, the Pimax Crystal Light, I have a Studio Form Creative top strap, which they sent to me, which has been amazing. And I'll do a breakdown on how I have my headset and my whole rig setup here coming soon, or another rig setup because I've done them before. But the top strap to me is key. I think it does a lot for reducing the weight off the user. And when I wear my Pimax Crystal Light headset, I like the weight to be on the front. I like it to be on the lower back. I tighten it. Granted, you guys see I have very long hair, and it makes it very easy for me to put on any VR headset. In fact, my Quest 3 is amazing with my long hair. Sarcasm, I'm bald, for those of you that are not watching. And so with that being said, comfort is key. Comfort allows you to be in the best place for, when you have the headset mounted and you get the best clarity, you have less, everything, less fringing on the edges, less distortion, less issues. You want it to be nice and snug, not too tight on the head. And oh my gosh, I'm like eating this microphone. And does that make sense? Right? So the fact that the headset does not come already with that strap, I think they do have some packages that they're running at the time that might include that, which is neat. Although I would love to see if they, let's say, included a soft strap, as part of the package. And hey, if you want to upgrade to the one that has a ratchet system, because at that price point, look, they're bringing, I guess, a lot a headset, right? But I do want to see that. I think that's key. That's just key. Having people set up the headset correctly. DMAS speakers, upgrade option. Not mad at that if you want to get it. you know, but again, if I didn't, you know, cover all those things, it has IPD adjustment is automatic. It has eye tracking, foveated rendering, which is going to be dynamic. There's no batteries on this setup. A 5-meter cable. It has inside out tracking. They will have a lighthouse solution available later on if that's something you guys want to do. Actually, I lied. I kind of misspoke because let me double check. Is that all correct? Yeah, I was reading the 57 ppd unit. The one that we had, I believe, was the 50 ppd unit, which was very good and very clear. I think all of that is the same. Yes, all of what I just read is the same. So overall, first impression was good. I liked it. Well, my second first impression was really good, right? When I had Kayak V, I'm like, okay, this is what I wanted. I did get to try it at night, and I thought that the night visuals were great. So I departed Lakeland in a helicopter, seeing the dark taxiways with the blue lights. It was crisp. In fact, I think it was significantly better than my Pimax Crystal Light. I know some of you guys have had these issues of almost like a washed out image, and I've been playing with different settings, but it's something that I didn't have at first that kind of popped up later. So I don't know if it was a setting from Bloom or something with Microsoft, but it kind of went away. And I don't know, I'm still trying to understand, you know, what that was. It was just, I think, a setting with a light and the way that the weather was, but I digress. Super excited for more of you guys to really get your hands on, try them, and let me know what you guys think. Hopefully I get one here in the studio so I can review and put, you know, through a deeper, you know, step-by-step deep inspection, because it's tough when you get a headset for a short amount of time. There was other people that were coming up to the booth that wanted to try it, and I was helping kind of, you know, people in and out of the motion rigs and making sure, because I knew what I'm doing out there, and I wanted people to have a good experience. I got to meet some of you guys out there. In fact, I'll throw some of those pictures here as I wrap this up, but let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your concerns are. Let me know if you're picking one up. This definitely does fall in a higher tier of the market, which is fine. I mean, I think that there's a market for a headset for every market, for every budget, and I think that's great. I think that this headset is probably going to do well. I love inside out tracking. I love high quality visuals. We have fixed foveated rendering. DCS is absolutely mind blowing. From what I saw, other members, MRTV's channel were saying that. Microsoft was pretty good. I don't know if they were running beta, but I cannot wait to get my hands on that. Check that out. And we'll have hopefully a little bit more deeper video, but first impressions, I thought it was good. Super excited to see where they go with this. And for now, I'm going to keep rocking the Pimax Crystal Light. Anyways, give me some feedback down below. Let me know what you guys think. We'll talk in the upcoming weekend here. I will have an Apache DCS video, Pimax Crystal Light, or the Quest 3. Maybe I'll do both and do some hand tracking. We'll figure it out. Coming up here soon over the weekend. Love you guys. I got to go, and talk soon. Peace out.